So let's see if we can get something good. All right, we're still moving down. We're not getting that retracement up to this point. I really want to see us move up. Notice this breaker, high, low, higher, high, displacement of the low. We can use our fib here from the first high to the low. Standard deviation levels. Still a long ways away from that external low down there, so I don't know if we're definitely going to reach that level today. There's still a possibility we do, but that is still a long ways away, especially after seeing such a big drop already. And after seeing this kind of range ever since making that drop, I don't know if we're going to make it all the way down there. But I'd still be willing to hold on to a runner or two if we are able to catch a nice short, just to see if we get another expansion move down. So we're not retesting that breaker. That's what I'll wait for. I'm not going to get an entry down here. Really want to see us test that level. Look for an entry up here. Maybe even see if we're going to trade into that fair value gap. I don't know if we'll make it all the way up there. I'd rather look for an entry here right off that breaker block. Nice 5-minute displacement candle there as well. That's what I wanted to see. 2-minute imbalance up here as well. 2-minute bearish breaker. Nice level. 2-minute bearish unicorn actually with the fair value gap overlapping. Alright, so this is the point I'd want to look for a short position. I need to see a good rejection off this level though. I'm not going to jump into a short off of a strong bullish candle, especially in a range. I really need to see us reject off of this level and then get a short entry. Again, I am trading micros, trading our eval accounts on Apex right now for prop from session. So I would scale in with 3 and then I would add in 3 more for a full. Let's see if we can reject off this level. So far, we're not seeing any rejection. We're kind of pushing through it. So I need to see that rejection, then I would jump to the shorts. Otherwise, I'm not looking to take this position. There's some better rejection there. Better rejection. You see a little bit more. Need to see this candle start to turn red. Need to see this candle start to turn bearish before I jump into a trade. Don't want to get in off a green candle here. Want to get in off a red bearish candle. We do also have that fair value gap up top. You are right. I would like to see us reject off this level. But there's always a possibility that we go up and grab these highs and go up to that fair value gap. But I'm still willing to take this entry here. See how we close. All right, I'm willing to take it. I'm getting in half a lot here. Just 3 micros. I'll put my stop at 40 ticks above, 20, 43.25. I'll test it out. I'll test it out off the breaker, off that reaction. We don't want to see us respecting our 1-minute bullish for value gap though. That's what we don't want to see happen. We want to see us really start to move through that 1-minute bearish for value gap. If we can't, and we show that we are respecting it, that's not the best sign, but I like this trade so far. I like the rejection we're seeing off of the breaker. I like the rejection we're seeing. We're just not seeing any fall through just yet. I really like this formation. I like that we wicked up into that fair value gap and we rejected off of it pretty well. I'm willing to add into a full. I'm going to add into a full here. Entry move down. I still like it. It's still at that breaker. I'll put my stop just above that high. So I'm going to place a... I'll move that stop to here. Let's see how many ticks that would be. Yeah, about 46. Still looking for about 90 ticks to first TP. So it's still about a 1 to 2. I'm good with that. I'll put my first TP down at that low, 90 ticks. So again, just want to see that rejection. We are about to close on the hour, so we need to be careful of some volatility going into the new hour. A little bit of a manipulation. Could definitely see that happen. But I like where our stop is at. I like the rejection we're seeing off that breaker. Now we just need to see us close below this 1-minute fair value gap and start to move down. Really got to see us close below this 1-minute bullish fair value gap. Inverse it. That's what we're about to do. So we inverse the 1 minute. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see that inverse, and now I want to hold it down to the lows. Again, the trade is there. I really like the setup. I love the rejection on the 5-minute off that 5-minute order block. Coming all the way down. Got a lot of confidence in this trade here. I really like the setup. Just got to see if we're going to fall through at the end of the hour because we could see a little manipulation. Just want to be aware of that. Don't want to see, if we do manipulate, I don't want to see us come up higher than that level. Really want to see us stay below this breaker. Continue that bearish structure that we're seeing. Continue down to the shorts. There's a lot of stalling right now, which is one thing I don't like. But like I said before, a lot of confluence in this trade. I still think it's a great setup. I like that we invalidated a bullish fair value gap. But here's that manipulation right now. Here's the new hour. We could see some manipulation. So I just don't want to see us move too high here. I want to see us still respect this fair value gap. I want to see us trade down to these lows, catch about 90 ticks, take a first TP, move our stop to break even. So we've just been kind of hovering right around our break even. We're a little bit in profit. I just want to see us really start to melt, really start to drop here. Just like this. I want to see that continuation. There we go. You guys can always take a 1-to-1 if you want to. We just hit a 1-to-1. All right, we got a 45 tick stop, 46 tick stop, and we just hit 50 ticks. So you could always take that 1-to-1 if that's something you want to do. If you don't want to have as much risk, you could take that TP. I really want to hold down for a 1-to-2 because I do really like the setup. I do really like this setup here. I like the continuation we're seeing. Just want to see us follow through now. Take out sell side liquidity. Take our TP, move our stop to break even. I might even think about moving my stop to break even pretty soon here. Just make it a risk-free trade. And then we could always get a re-entry in this position if we do come back up and stop us out at break even. So that's what I'll do. I'll just move my stop to break even here. My stop is at break even. It's not showing up on TradingView. It's not showing up on TradingView right now, but I did move it on Tradeovate. You guys know how Apex is having all their issues today. The past few days, actually. So I don't know what's going on there. But I have moved my stop to break even, which is at 20,030 and 25 cents. So again, you could take a TP. You don't have to hold all the way for a 1-to-2 like me. But right now I am holding for a 1-to-2. See if we can break through these lows, grab that liquidity, take some profit, and then hold on to a few runners. All right, so we're kind of struggling, kind of stalling here. I really want to see us fall through. Obviously, we're trading into this 1 hour bullish imbalance again that we bounced off of. But I would love to see us come down and grab sell side. See if we can do that. See if we can move down. It's a risk-free trade at this point. We're almost at full TP, or at first TP, excuse me. Almost at first TP. We just hit 77 ticks. Just want to see us come down, sweep these lows. So I'll keep holding my stop. It still hasn't updated on here with my stop loss. It's on Tradeovate, so see if we can hit that level. Good trade so far. We're almost at our first TP. Again, risk-free trade. Hopefully this does. I don't want to see this one come up and stop me out at break even. I'd really like to see this one follow through. But if it, for some reason it does and it bounces off that 1 hour and we want to create some equal lows, then I'll just look for a re-entry once we get back up to that point. But right now we had a great entry. We waited for our setup. 1 minute bearish breaker. TP at the lows. It all lined up. So, like, you know, a lot of confluence in this trade. If this one doesn't work out, then, you know, I'll just look for a re-entry. It just means we're generating more liquidity down here with some equal lows. If it wants to come up, that means we're probably just generating extra liquidity for us to come take out later. And so still holding this one. Stop at break even. Like I said, plenty of opportunity if you guys wanted to take profit. If you didn't want to hold for a 1 to 2 risk to reward, don't have to. That's just what I like to do. Especially when I'm trading on, smaller like micros or anything like that. Especially with micros, I really like to hold for my 1 to 2, 1 to 3 risk to reward setups. Sometimes it's a little bit different if I'm trading minis. Sometimes I'll look for a little bit less, but I'm typically always looking for at least a 1 to 2 risk to reward. And yeah, just like Jack said, again, if you're trading on your normal account and you just wanted to make your loss back from this morning, yeah, then you could take that TP. Just get back to break even. You can do that. You can also do that. So we're kind of just stalling at this level in profit. Really want to see us drop from here. Come down and take out these lows. Take a TP. Hold on to some runners. See how far this one wants to go. We're moving into this hourly imbalance here, right? Which is where we've seen a rejection off of multiple times. So this is one thing that could hold us up. We've seen 2 rejections off that hourly imbalance so far. Pretty strong rejections. So I just want to see us move down below that and really try to sweep that liquidity. Another 1 minute order block formed here. See if we want to reject off that level like we did on that, or a 5 minute order block, excuse me, like we did on this 5 minute order block up top. 15 minute rejection here. Just want to see a continuation. Looks like we don't want to get that continuation just yet. We might come get stopped out of break even here. Which is why I moved it to break even, just because of that hourly imbalance. I had the awareness that we might bounce from that level. And since we're already, hit around 70, 80 ticks in profit, I'm not going to let that one become a losing trade. Thanks, Sam. I think that's what it's all about. I think that's the most important thing. So we're rejecting off that 5 minute OB again. Off that new one we formed. I like that. I like that 5 minute structure we're seeing. Let's see if we can finally go down and sweep those lows. And if we break out of this and we truly take these lows and displace them, I think this one could really keep dropping. And it's something I'd be willing to just hold on to for a while and just kind of let those runners run. But if we come down and we sweep the lows and then we pump right back up, I won't necessarily want to do that. And we're obviously seeing all of this chop here, all this stalling, back and forth, kind of all over the place. We might get hit at break even here. Okay, so we're out at break even. Out at break even there. So again, not a winner, not a loser. I still love that trade setup, and we were still able to catch some, about 76 ticks out of that. Just didn't take any TP. I really wanted to hold down to those lows. Catch a real 1 to 2 risk to reward. Just didn't get the follow through. Still like the setup, like that trade. I think it was a very solid entry, good add into a full position. We're just seeing that hourly getting a strong bounce from that imbalance. We still have this bearish breaker here on the 1 minute. I'm still going to look and see if we reject off of it again. But what I will never do is let a winning trade turn into a losing trade. If I'm already up 76 ticks, I'm going to most likely move my stop to break even and not let that one stop me out for a loss. All right, so break even there. Now we're starting to really push through this level. Let's see if we want to mitigate that bearish breaker, bullish fair value gap. The one thing I still like about the shorts overall is that we created equal lows down here. So we just generated extra liquidity resting at these lows. Just means at some point, price is definitely going to go back down and target those lows. Looks like we're about to close above and inverse this 1 minute. About to mitigate the bearish breaker block. Looks like that one's going to be done for there. And okay, still closed inside of that fair value gap, but Let's look at the 2-minute. 2-minute bearish breaker. High, low, higher, high. Still being respected at the moment. 2-minute bearish unicorn still being respected. Just don't like how aggressive we're moving up right here. I don't like how aggressive we're moving up. Looks like we might try to go target a little bit of buy side liquidity before coming back down for those equal lows. Yes, we will be creating a bullish breaker if we do close above that high. If we close above that high, that would be a bullish breaker block being created. So right now we can see it's just a lot of ranging here, guys. Ton of ranging. At the least, I wanted to see us take out that liquidity below, and we just really didn't want to do that. Didn't want to take out that liquidity. But yeah, like I said, I still love that trade. I still think it's a very solid setup. I'm sure some people still took a TP on that. Might have been able to catch a little bit of profit. Okay, now we've closed above this fair value gap. We still haven't displaced this high though. So technically we haven't created the bullish breaker yet. But we are in silver bullet. Let's see if we start respecting our bullish fair value gaps on the 1 minute. Let's see if we close above our 2-minute bearish breaker here. Those equal lows are still very attractive to me though. I still think we're going to go back for those. I think right now just might be a little bit of a liquidity run up to the buy side. After seeing us fail to break the lows. Could definitely see us go grab some buy side. We could look for a potential long up to the buy side liquidity up here. A little silver bullet long. Let's see if we traded. Did we trade below that hourly candle? Okay, so we didn't trade below that hourly candle, which I would want to see us trade below that. That's why I really wanted to see us grab that liquidity leading into silver bullet. Let's see if we trade back into this 1 minute fair value gap here. We have technically created a bullish breaker. Right, so we're just creating bearish breaker, bullish breaker, kind of back and forth. Bullish breaker there. Bullish unicorn on the 1 minute. Fair value gap overlapping. Let's see if we want to trade back into it at all. So far not trading back into it. I mean, all we have to do is look at this 5 minute. We can see all this chop. But the thing that stands out to me the most is these equal lows all the way down here. Definitely think we're going back for them at some point. Especially with our bearish bias on the day. Let's see. So, hourly time frame. Small fair value gap here. Fair value gap up top. Looks like we're headed for at least this buy side liquidity at these highs. Maybe to tap into that bullish fair value gap on the, or the bearish fair value gap on the hourly time frame. We can see it right here. Well, actually, let's look at the 4 hour real quick, and I'll show you that we completely closed below that 4 hour, inversing the 4 hour bullish fair value gap. So that one's gone. So now we look at the hour, see that bearish one there, and then we see one more bearish fair value gap here. So 1 hour SIBI there. Let's see what we get here. See if we want to trade back into this breaker, fair value gap, unicorn model. We might be able to take a quick scalp in the longs up to that high. Sell our position up top. Still catch a pretty nice reward. About 180 ticks from the breaker. Just want to see if we can tap back into that breaker. Give us an entry opportunity. And you can technically look for any of these small 1 minute fair value gaps to take entries off of. Like that one. You can look at the 2 minute, the 3 minute. For those entries, if you're going to be a little bit more aggressive, you could take those entries. More conservative would be waiting for us to really pull back into that breaker right here. Uh, 4 hour, yes. So we did trade into that 4 hour order block. We bounced off it. We have a 1 hour bullish imbalance as well. So we bounce off of both of those levels. You are not making a mistake. No, you're good. You have that right. You got that correct. We bounced off a 1 hour bullish imbalance and a 4 hour bullish order block. Which is why I was saying at the least we could take, I would expect us to take that sell side liquidity and then start to pump. But we just wanted to bounce from the top of that level. Let's see here if we want to tap into that. Bullish breaker, fair value gap overlapping, bullish unicorn. Let's see if we want to trade into this here. All right, we're trading into it. Let's see if we might be able to find a nice little long setup. We have to reject off this level again with this ranging. We just took buy side, so we want to be careful. So much ranging behavior here. I'm liking that bounce. I'll test out the longs here with half a lot. Test them out again. We're bouncing off that breaker. We trade it back down. See if we get some follow through. I'll put my stop down here. I'll put it down beneath this low. About 57 ticks, 20.2825. Silver bullet, want to keep it below that level. Okay, so we're pumping. I didn't have a chance to add into a full here. So again, I'll just hold on to my half a lot position. Look at that pump. Pretty good entry there. We've already hit 61 ticks, so if you did add into a full, you could look to take a TP. You could wait and hold it till we break this high to take a TP. Or you could hold it all the way up to the highs up top that I have charted out. So what I want to do is wait for another pullback move to add into a full. Or I'll just keep, hanging on to this half position. I'm not going to add into a full position up here. Make my entry move all the way up to here. So a pretty good add there. Let's see if we get some kind of continuation, some follow through on the silver bullet move off the breaker up to that buy side into the hourly imbalance. So far, two really good entries. I think two very solid entries. Now let's just see if it's going to give us any follow through that we want to see. So I got my entry at 20,028.25. Stop loss sitting at, oh wait, sorry, that was my stop loss. My entry is at 20,042.50. Stop loss is at 20,028.25. A lot of big numbers. Still no chance to add into a full position here. What just happened? Okay, there we go. Man, is TradingView going to act up too? Like I said, you guys could take a first TP once we hit this high if you'd like. Let's see how many ticks it is. Or you could take a TP here. We've already hit over 60. That's 73 ticks to that high. I would like to see us trade into, maybe create another fair value gap. Do something. Maybe an order block entry. Again, I just don't want to add up too high and then end up having my entry move up too high, miss out on a lot of reward, and have to move my stop loss up. So if I can't add, then I won't. Small 1 minute fair value gap. Is that a fair value gap though? Okay, so we just hit that level again. Right here. Yeah, maybe a small one. That's another TP level there that I was talking about, right? I'll move my stop to break even at this point. Make it a risk-free trade again. So stops at break even. One tick into profit actually. Making it a risk-free trade. All right, we've taken out that high, but I didn't get to add into a full, so I haven't taken any TP. We just hit 89 ticks on that one. So I definitely recommend, if you want to take that TP, take that TP. With the way we're moving, kind of have to scalp this market. Because we are not really seeing much follow through on our moves right now. Not seeing enough follow through here. Let's see, I kind of want to add into a full around this level. The one thing is I'd have in my stop at break even and add into a full Might cause me to miss out on the trade. And I'll just keep a half right now. I'll just keep a half a lot. See if this one will go up, and I'll just take TP up at these highs, around 169, 170 ticks, 167 ticks. I'm liking that movement. That could have been, like I said, could have been a good position to add. I just don't like it because we don't really have a fair value gap there. We don't really have a great level to enter off of. We're still bouncing from a 2-minute imbalance and a 1 minute up here. But overall, still a good entry. Still caught almost 90 ticks. So 2 very solid entries. We're just not seeing the fall through in the market that we'd want to see for an expansion move just yet. So it's more of a scalping market. You just kind of got to take your profit when it's there. Like I said, if I had into a full position, I probably would have scalped some of my profit off at this point. But since I'm only in half, I'm just going to let half a position ride with my stop at break even. And then, start to shave off some TP up here at the highs at 20,084.25. Well, it's moving pretty good. 100 ticks in profit there. Just hit 100 ticks. So, I mean, pretty easy, pretty simple setup here on both the shorts and the longs. So what I'll do now is I'll move my stop into profit. A few ticks. I'll move it up to 20,048.50. I'll move my stop up to that point. And guys, even with half a lot right now, could still make around 200 bucks on this, a little over 200 bucks on this trade if we want to go up and hit that high. What I'm going to do is, I'll sell 75% of my position up here. Right, so I'll sell 2 micros. Remember, I'm copy trading, so I'm trading on 2 accounts. If we can hit that high, I'll shave off 75% of my position and I'll leave 1 runner. Just in case this one really wants to expand and take out some more highs, might as well leave 1 runner in there. Let's see if we can make it. If we're going to come down and stop us out again, I want to see us really pump to that high here. But I'm just de-risking as we go. All right, we make a strong move up. I just de-risk and I move my stop loss into profit. We hit 123 ticks. No reason for myself to get stopped out at break even when we're 123 ticks in profit. So we see displacement and we trade right back down. That's kind of what we've been seeing in the past however many minutes this is. A lot of ranging, right? But in a range like this, you want to see us come up and sweep liquidity. You still want to see us come up and grab buy side and then come back down and maybe grab sell side. But I do want to see us target that high. I do think we're going to go target that high and at least try to tap into that hourly imbalance above. And after that, if we don't continue to expand, I think we'll reverse and come right back down for those equal lows. But I still like to give myself the chance and leave a runner in there just in case we do want to expand. Even if I have a feeling, or if I think that we're going to come right back down, we're going to reverse, I still sometimes like to leave a runner in there until I really see that reversal start to happen. So just like our last trade, a lot of stalling. We hit a lot of ticks in profit, and then we just kind of start to stall. Have not taken any TP, half a position. Want to catch the full reward for this trade. Stop loss, like I said, is in profit, 20,048.50. You guys know what I've noticed is that I say "like I said" a lot on my streams. If you hear me say it, just call me out and say, "Hey, stop saying that." I've noticed recently that I say that a lot. Let's see if we can really pump up to that high. No, I noticed it. I actually noticed it like recently. No one said anything. Surprisingly, I thought someone would have said something to me about it because when I realized, I was like, you know what? I've been saying that a lot lately. Should probably use some different vocab. Whenever I get in the zone with trading, I start to kind of repeat myself a little bit. Especially when I'm talking a lot. I'm just so focused on the trade. I've been saying, you're going to make me say it again. I've been saying like I said a lot. And I noticed that recently. Man, we're coming right back down. We're getting near my stop here. Just not a lot of follow through today, or at least in the PM session. We're not seeing any follow through on these trades. I mean, we still hit 120 something ticks. Still very solid. Don't get me wrong, and I'm hoping a lot of you took some TP if you added into a full position or, whatever it may be. I'm really hoping you guys are adding it, taking profit off, moving those stops to break even or moving them into profit. But when trying to pass an eval, sometimes you really just want to let those trades play out to the full extent because you can go from, maybe catching a few hundred a day in profit, and then all of a sudden you let that trade just keep going, and now you've caught 400 or 500 in profit. Now you're that much closer to that profit goal. Sometimes you got to let those runners run. Sometimes you got to just hold your plan all the way through. And it just depends what style of trading you like. If you like to just take TP when it's there and you struggle with taking TP, well, then work on that. But if you're someone that struggles with holding their trade throughout and letting the plan actually play out, then try to work on letting that trade play out. Oh, we're getting close. All right, so just got stopped in profit. Just no follow through on these trades right now. We have that silver bullet setup. I still love that entry just like I love the short entry. In my opinion, two great entries. Just not seeing the continuation because we are ranging and we are choppy. No continuation right now. You could still hold this one if you want. You could still hold this position if you wanted to. Maybe keep your stop at break even. But I'm not going to let this one come back down on me. Yeah, this 15-minute is nasty. 15-minute time frame is disgusting. No bueno. I don't like that. But I still love that silver bullet setup. I think the 1 minute offered us a few, two pretty solid entries. Just didn't get that continuation expansion. So I'll look for another one. I'll look for another setup. But if we're going to continue to see this pretty bad price action, pretty rangy, choppy stuff, well, then I'm not going to put any more risk in the market. But if we can see another pretty solid setup, then I'll still look to take it. And it's like up here, we completely closed above that fair value gap, and then we traded right back down. Pretty simple bullish breaker, 1 minute, bullish unicorn technically entry. Not much to it. Just wait for that low to be taken out. Low, high, lower, low, displacement of the high. Fair value gap created. We traded into the fair value gap. We got the entry off the momentum. And we just didn't make it to the full TP yet. I still think there's potential that we make it to the full TP, but yeah, we are seeing SMT at the highs here. ES has swept the highs up top. NQ has failed to do so. Now we're seeing us come right back down. So this is what makes it even harder in these situations is if we're looking at seek and destroy conditions, you want to see us come up and grab buy side. You want to see us come down and grab sell side. But we're not grabbing the outside of the range at all. We're not creating a new range. We're pretty much just grabbing these internal, right? This is technically all internal liquidity, but we're coming up. We're staying inside of our whole range when I'd want to see us really trade above that range and then come back down and trade below that range. But we're just kind of sitting in between it, which shows us it's not the best price action. So even with the chop, we still got 2 pretty solid entries. My accounts are at let's see, $25 in profit. Profit is profit, right? Trading some micros. Obviously, we could have taken profit at the low here. We could have taken profit at the high here. But for me, I'd rather stick to my plan and stay disciplined and let my trades play out. Well, this one's moving back up. Just still a lot of chop. Let's see. Is anybody still holding their longs? Anybody keep their stop at break even? Is everybody pretty much out? There's still potential here. Yeah, we could see the shorts come back in. Just really wanted to see us grab that high, but we are seeing that SMT. And we're making another pump here. Another pump here. Well, that's honestly really good awareness, Jack. I mean, you take your profit when it's there. I respect that, especially in these conditions. It's good awareness. It's good to see some familiar faces as well. Seeing a few of you guys that been a part of the Discord before, making a showing again. Glad to see you guys back here. Always a part of the family. So no position for me right now. Yo, yo, yo. How you doing? It's good to see you. Man, I'm doing good. I am doing good. Can't complain. It's a good life we live. We are blessed. I know I'm blessed. All right, is InQ now going to make it up to the highs? It's slowly crawling its way back up. Sweet, man. Love that. Love to have you. Appreciate you a lot. What up, Chris? Morning sesh wasn't amazing. We waited a while. We had the analysis spot on the whole morning. Great analysis. Understood where the market was moving. We just did not dial in the entries. I didn't dial in the entries. Took a few losses. But hey, we move on. We learn. We get better. What more can you do? No, we never swept that liquidity. Really wanted to see us come down and sweep those lows. We never did. But we did create that reversal pattern. Back to the upside. So as long still looks pretty nice, but the way we're moving right now, it's just too choppy, too slow, too rangy. Is rangy even a word? I need to look that up. I feel like it's not a word. No, it's definitely not a word. But I like it. Oh yeah, a lot of familiar faces here. A lot of familiar faces. All right, so just up and down, up and down, up and down. Man, so let's just go over again what we were looking at in the shorts. We created a bearish breaker on the 1 minute. We had sell side liquidity to be taken. We got in a nice short position. It went to about 70, 80 ticks. Wanted to see us come sweep these lows before I took TP, and then we reversed. Then we created a bullish breaker, bullish unicorn. Silver bullet hour, traded into a 1 minute fair value gap. Took the longs. Only added into a half position. Didn't really have time to add into a full. And ended up hitting around 120. Let's see. I think our entry is right around here. 128 ticks or so. Around 120 ticks. But didn't take TP. We moved us up to into profit. Ended up getting stopped out. That's been our prop firm session so far today. So no losses. Solid entries. Solid ideas. NQ's been a little toxic with us today. Hasn't wanted to follow through. It's made plans with us, but pretty much bailed. NQ's been that friend today that always says, "Oh yeah, I'll be there. Let's do this. Let's do this on Friday." And then once Friday comes around, they're like, actually no, I've got something else I got to do," or "Oh no, I'm sick." Just bailed on our plans. Everything looked great. You know, sometimes that's how it goes. Didn't hurt the friendship though. Still in profit. And Q's still my friend. For now. Has anybody been having issues with Apex today? Similar issues as we've seen before, or Top Step? I know Top Step was having more issues. It's whatever data company they're partnered with. Whoever their data provider is. Seems like that's what the issue is. Yeah, I've been a little bit hectic this week with these prop firms. It's crazy. Maybe they're getting hacked. All right, so we're still just chopping right now. Don't really want to take any other positions. Not good stuff here. Not a good idea to try to trade this chop, let me tell you. This stuff right here will eat you up. Right here. All right, trading back into the breaker again. Back into the unicorn. All right, man, you take it easy. Enjoy your day. One-minute bearish breaker. Let's check it out. Technically, yes. High, low, higher, high. If we displace the lows, then yes. But I don't. We're just creating bearish breaker, bullish breaker. I want to stay away from this right now. We're still respecting that bullish breaker here. Maybe we create a little power of 3. We trade down, grab some sell side, trade back into that breaker. like we're seeing, and then pump again. Just don't like what I see here. Right, this move looked very nice. I really liked what I saw there. And then once we start getting into this, nope. Don't like that. This move is looking really nice. I liked what I saw there. And then started to chop a little bit. Reversed on us. Caught the reversal. And then we chop again. So let's just zoom out real quick. Look at the 1 minute. Ever since we touched into that hourly imbalance, all we've done is range. All we've done is range after having the strong move down. I mean, we've seen a lot of chop in our market. But we've had a few pretty solid drops. But other than that, it has been pretty choppy. Kind of consolidation starting to move down. That's kind of what we've seen. A little bit downwards consolidation, if that makes sense. Indeed it is. Account killer price action. That's what it is. That's what the chop is. This stuff right here. The account killer. So we can give it a little bit more time. See if we clear up. See if we expand. Get some better price action. If we don't, we'll just have to sit on the sideline. We'll have to walk away with our $25 and feeling rich. Yeah, I don't know about you guys. $25 is $25. Actually, technically it's not because it is on an eval account. But still, $25 is $25. Facts. Right? That's a good way to look at it right there. I'd say most people get paid a lot less than that. It's a good way to look at it. Exactly. Exactly. You guys know what's up. It depends on what state you live in the U.S. I think in California it's at like 15 or 16 bucks or something. Actually, it might have just gotten raised again. I think for fast food employees it's even higher. It's pretty high here in California. Other states much lower. Like when I lived out in Arizona, I served at a restaurant for a while, and I was making, since it was a job with tips, I think my hourly was like $7-8 an hour before tips. Pretty low. I said, yeah, I'm gonna stick with this trading thing. Of course. Appreciate that. Yeah, sometimes I'll go on social media and I'll watch through some videos and I'll see a lot of, trading influencers. And so many of the videos that I see are people like screaming, like yelling, getting very emotional. Like, I get it. You're trying to market. That's the whole point, right? You're trying to market, but man, that's not the right way to trade. If you're yelling and blowing the screen and praying every time you're in a trade, it's not very sustainable. Not very sustainable. That's literally what they want you to do. The people that are trying to take your money, they want you to do that. They want you to get emotional. They want you to make dumb decisions because they want to take your money. True. I'll get an extra hour. The market will open an hour later now. So I'll be on Mountain Standard Time. That'll be nice. Wake up when the sun is shining. Not waking up in the pitch black. I am moving out to Utah. Actually like next week. Pretty quick. I went out there. My lease just ended in California, and I'm like, I've got some friends that live out there. Yeah, just near Salt Lake. Went out and visited them. Really liked it out there, and they're like, yeah, you should move up here. I was like, sure, I'm down. Do a lot of fishing, a lot of water activities. It's kind of my thing, being in the outdoors. I love it. So we're back into that breaker, or kind of trading below the fair value gap. Possible power of 3 we're setting up here. We did create some equal highs, but it's just kind of a range. I just don't really like what I'm seeing, because we're just battling between buy side, sell side, and we don't even want to go grab either, because we still have these equal lows down here. And now we've got some equal highs up here. Technically, we created a bearish breaker. And now we have a bullish breaker, bearish breaker. So it's just not very ideal right here to be trading. So I'd personally rather just stay out of this. Yes, power of 3 is the same as AMD. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Correct. So basically at this point, guys, the only thing I would be waiting for, let's say if you guys wanted to keep trading, let's say you wanted to still find a setup today, what I would personally wait for is an actual breakout move. Like say we actually come down and really displace these lows, or we come up and really displace these highs, and then get a nice pullback move to get it, catch a move in that expansion leg. But we'll see if that happens anytime soon. We're almost in power hour, and we still haven't really seen much besides those 2 setups we took. Pretty nice setups, especially if you did add to a full, and if you did take profit, you should be kind of good right now. You should at least, I don't know if you're trading your normal account or not, but again, should be around green. So not really any point to force any trades into this stuff right now. I'm always, hoping that we find a good trade. I'm always wanting to find a good trade. But sometimes the market does this, and we just got to know when to stay out. All right, Jake. Get some sleep, man. Catch you tomorrow. Yeah, we are living in Chop City right now. Oh, for sure. Yeah, streaming definitely helped. I'd say it definitely helped. I think that's why it's important for I think it'd be kind of cool for people, I think it could help if you wanted to like record yourself trading. I think that could be helpful. I always use the software called OBS. I think it could help you stay a little bit more disciplined. Just be able to go back and look at the trades you took. I definitely would recommend doing something like that. It's called OBS. Pretty easy. It's a free software. It's the best one I know of that I've used, at least. Got you. Okay, so we're gunning for those equal lows now. So you gotta take a shower, get all dressed up, put on your best suit. All right, so now we displace the 1 minute bullish breaker. Now it looks like we're heading back down for the lows. Let's see, we're still not really trading into a fair value gap or anything. Let's say we wanted to short this. The risk to reward is not there. Right down to that. It's only about 50 ticks. To me, not enough risk to reward. Not good enough risk to reward to justify an entry here. Especially because we have not been able to break any of the liquidity levels here yet. So yeah, I'll probably just stay out of this stuff. But like I was saying, there it is. I said it again. I almost caught myself. I would be waiting for a breakout. Right? If I wanted to take another trade, I'd wait for a breakout. Possibly an actual breakout. But what we have here, and it's a good reason why we're ranging, is we've already hit our main daily sell side targets. We're bouncing off an hourly bullish for value gap. And we have an hourly bearish for value gap above. And we're just kind of ranging between the two right now. So we're back into that hourly. Let's see if we want to take out those equal lows. I mean, overall, the bias is still very bearish, no matter what, on a day like today. But that doesn't mean I'm just going to jump into the shorts. So of the 2 trades I took today during our prop firm session, I would like you guys to let me know. Did you take them? Did you take profit? Or did you do exactly what I did, and did you hold with your stop at break even, or you hold your stop in profit? I'd kind of like to know where you guys are at. With those 2 trades we took. Took the first, took profit on both, about 70 ticks each. There we go. Didn't take the trades, missed the morning sesh. All right, so first one, stop at break even. Two trades, 50 ticks each at 1-to-1, both in profit. Nice. Very nice. Well, what it seems like is that you guys took the trades. You kind of, went at your own pace, decided to either take profit. It seems like everybody is working on their own style of trading, is figuring that out. That's really what I want to see. Some people took profits, some people didn't. Either way, not a losing session. Nice. There we go. All right. So, yeah. And that's a big thing, too, is the market conditions. You're taking profit when it's choppy. It's a good way to go about it. Great way to go about it. Yes, 5 and 15-minute ranges are pretty nasty. I still think there's a potential we break out, during power hour maybe. But again, don't really want to wait around. To me, it's not worth waiting around in this chop. We tried out 2 trades. Some people won. Some of us, are a few bucks in profit, maybe around break even. I think that's good enough. Yeah, my bias is still short to that liquidity level. It still is, to these equal lows. But as far as going more than that, I don't know how much more we'd drop after taking out those lows. But power hour, there might be some more liquidity, or not liquidity, but more volume. So I'll probably just honestly, guys, I might just end the session here. And like I said earlier, whenever I hop off, expect the move to start happening. Look for those shorts. I'm joking, but like kind of not joking. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off here to my free Wednesdays. Oh, it's still a thing, I'm telling you. To my free Wednesday people, super happy to have you here today. Excited to see you again next week if you're not joining up. Okay, I appreciate you guys for being here. God bless everybody. I hope you stay safe today. I hope you enjoy your Wednesday. We'll be back tomorrow. New day. Another day, another dollar. All right, guys. I will see you in the morning. Peace.